Alright, so this is a compact S1922A monitor. This is what a lot of your monitors look like nowadays. Have been for quite a while. They've been doing the flat screen stuff. Doing a little closer look there. Lighting should be a little bit better today than normal. But I'm going to do a tear down on this and show you all the parts and what's good for what. So y'all stick around.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Alright, y'all excuse the background noise. It's my water system backwashing itself. But we're going to start here. So this is your wires. This is what goes to the monitor and goes to the computer. Most of them nowadays are not this type of cable. They're going to be a HDMI cable. Pretty sure that's going to be sound. And this is going to be power. So if you get cables, this is what you're going to get. You may get some and not all or whatever. Gold in these. Okay? You could pull those pins, recover it yourself. Me, I just cut them off and drop them into the thing for board sort. This is probably brass. Yep. So I cut that end off. I cut this off. This goes in drop cord. The rest of this goes in 55, and I think this goes into 55 as well, I think. I don't know, I'm a little mixed up right now. But anyway, these are also brass. As you can see, they're not sticking. So some people may let you drop that in dirty brass, and some you may have to just cut the end off. It just all depends. So let's see if we can get this out of our way. Oh, that's longer than that. So there's not a whole lot in these, and they aren't really hard to do. Let's see, somewhere. This will probably work. And each system and monitor is different. The legs are connected differently. You know, whatever. Just like anything else, this is just kind of a guide to go by because everything is different. The screw says it's loose, so there we go. Toss that over to shred. So now we get to sit down and enjoy the good stuff. Some of these pop apart, some of these have screws. They're all different. So you just have to play the game. I don't have a big screwdriver with me, so more than likely we're going to run around this screen here, try to jab the screwdriver in and get it to pry open. I may have to go get a bigger screwdriver. Here we go. So it started. Some of you can pop that cover off the screen and everything will fall out from there, and some of them let me get a bigger screwdriver. Alright, now we got a screwdriver. just work your way around. And like I said, some of them are pop apart, some of them have screws. You just have to look and see what has what.
No floor method?
Well, some people like the floor method. My scrapyard doesn't seem to get mad if I bring the screens in, so I try not to bust them. And I don't just take the glass in though, I take, it's still connected. Hey, 20 points. Alright, let's see what happens here. I'll take the 4 screws out the back, so there we go. Alright, now we can get to some good stuff here. Turn y'all a little bit, make sure y'all can see good. It's just working through the layers, seeing what has what. You can run a knife around most of that stuff instead of dealing with all that. So first thing is front panel, or underneath is your buttons. So if you're into the recovery thing, come on, there it goes. So this, alright, so that's gold pins, and then all these are buttons. Get this a little closer. So those are silver tab buttons. So you can pop these off and refine those tabs if this is something you want to do. I'll reach right here and see if we can't disconnect that from the board. So normally what I do is I cut these wires going in. This is the high dollar board, all right? Now, with that said, that does not mean it's worth a whole lot of money. So if you get the screens or the computer monitors, if you get the power cords with them, that's normally a pretty good deal. Power cord's worth like $1 or something like that, you know, each one. This right here is where the information goes into your screen and it produces everything. This is the high dollar board because, let's see if I can find one small enough. I don't think this is small enough, but we'll try it. And you don't have to take these screws out. You can just rip the corners off if you want. Totally up to you. Because these screws are tiny, tiny, tiny. So it's free. Normally I just bend it backwards and pull it. It pops those right off where it's connected. Normally pretty clean and without much of a problem. So you're going to have gold in this flat pack here. You've got an IC chip, another IC chip. But if you look at it, it's gold flashing on both sides. So this is going to be most of your gold. So you're going to strip everything off of this. Whether you use a chisel, air chisel, pull it piece by piece, run a putty knife on it, whatever floats your boat. You're going to want to get this green off. and then you're going to want to soak that board to get the gold off of it. That's for the recovery people. If you're selling these to board sort, they don't weigh hardly anything, but they are a high-grade peripheral board. That's why they're the money board. But it takes a lot of them to amount to anything. So, you know, your choice. These, normally I rip them off or I cut them, and I don't have scissors or a knife with me. Let's see, I might be able to do it with this. Most times you can snip it and start it. So it's my understanding there's supposed to be gold bond wires inside of this. So you would want to take these, and I mean, if you're really after gold recovery, you're probably going to want to pry this end down. Just jam a screwdriver in there and pry it down, and try to get this as close to the screen as you can to get as much of that wire off as you can for gold recovery purposes. To recover the gold in this, you would have to burn the wire, and then there's some other steps that I really don't know, to be honest with you. Off the top of my head, I don't know. But I would say that board that was here, that is going to be your highest dollar. So this I put with the shred and send it in that way. So let's see what else is in here. Alright, so we've got a couple screws we can take out. And then you can pull these boards out. Oh, wait a minute. So right here, where your connections were, normally you're going to have to do something to disconnect those. This might fit. Nope. Let's see what sizes we have here. There we go. So Shark Scrapper actually has a, I think it's in his cart. If you check his stuff below his video in the information section, there is one of these that actually fits on a drill. It makes it super easy to get these out and out of your way. Now that that's out your way, you can start pulling this other stuff out. Get stuff connected somewhere. There we go. So that's connected through to the speaker. You can just clip those wires. All that's going to shred anyway, so you can just leave the speakers on there and toss that into shred as it is. So now you're down to the power board and the video board. That's going to be what's left. So depending upon the size of the screen as to how big these boards are or how small these boards are. This is going to have a gold connection on it. So that goes to board sort. I toss it in with the rest of them. Or you can recover that gold. That is not gold pinned. So if it's not gold pinned, I normally just leave it on the board. This side right here might be gold pinned. And it's not, so I'll just put it back. So if you look at this board, you can see gold flash in different spots on it. I'll take it back, it's copper. Anyway, some of these are gold flashed instead of copper. Some of them, it just depends on, you know, what grade screen you bought. Good components on here. You got 3 IC chips. They're small, but they do add up. You've got a crystal oscillator, ICs, and a flat pack. So I would strip those off of here. This is going to be either low or mid-grade peripheral board if you're selling it to Board Sort. And then this right here is your power board. So most people toss these in the shred. For Board Sort's purposes, if it's green on both sides, they'll take it as a mid-grade. Cut this end off. So all this I throw into the 55%. So this is green on one side and brown or tan on the other. So this would be a low grade board. Most places will take it just as it is. But if you want your biggest bang for your buck, this right here's got copper. You've got a transformer. This is another type of transformer. You can pull that off. This is aluminum. It's going to be extruded aluminum. You're going to have the MOSFET that's connected to it. You want to take that off, take this MOSFET off, take this aluminum off, and you got 2 rolls of copper here. So 2 little rolls of copper, aluminum heat sink with a MOSFET, aluminum heat sink with another MOSFET, transformer, 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 and another aluminum heat sink with an IC chip underneath it. And you got 3 IC chips on the back. So not a lot to them. This, and this, and actually both of those can go in with motors and transformers at like 15 cents a pound, something like that. Or you can take the copper off and throw the rest into your shred pile. And this should be probably number 2 copper at maybe $2 and something a pound, low end of $2. This right here is not going to be worth it. It's going to be too many strands, too many layers, you know, stuff like that. So just throw that in with your motors. Your MOSFETs, if you knock the plastic off of them, it can go as number 2 copper if that's something you want to do. If not, there is some silver and I think gold in them. So if it's something you wanted to refine, you can figure out how to refine them. Extruded aluminum has its own category. That's one of the higher grades of aluminum. Or throw it all in shred like it is, unless you find a place that buys boards and gives you more than shred price for it. But your power boards normally have a decent amount of weight due to all the copper and the transformers that are on them. So do your due diligence and decide what works best for you. Taking these off, you normally just need normally I unscrew the MOSFET. There's going to be a screw in the back going into the aluminum. Pull the MOSFET off, grab this with a set of channel locks and just rip it right off the board. Same with this one, I'll just grab it and rip it off, then I'll grab that IC chip, twist it back and forth, take it off of there. Your IC chips and flat packs over here can both be sold to refiners. Your MOSFETs, I haven't seen where you can buy them, where refiners buy them, but they have to be burned and everything to get the silver and gold out of them. So that's basically it. I don't have the big set of channel locks to be able to pull this stuff off, but you should have a pretty good idea of what is in a computer monitor or flat screen monitor now. And if there's any questions, y'all let me know. Hope y'all enjoyed, and we'll see y'all next time.